I wonder about a lot of things.
This is one I'm like, I wonder if that's the right thing.
If you were happy with yesterday, I'm happy with yesterday. Trying to do it the same way. Thanks.
The 6 airplanes taken off in 2 elements of 3, the GEICO Skytypers. Bouncing around out there, the purple rolling back from the lead element, bouncing around the second element a little bit. We'll take the formation out, get it all formed up. And maneuvers taught to our past, present, and future military aviators. Watch overhead as the GEICO Skytypers enter the Airshow airspace using an overhead tactical approach. Military pilots going into a hot area use this type of approach. Once the formation detects a threat, the aircraft must split up and maneuver aggressively to avoid being targeted. Watch as the 6 aircraft separate to visually check all quadrants. The squadron will now introduce you to a 3-dimensional maneuver as they demonstrate what many pilots experience when entering the same airspace as their opponents for an air-to-air engagement. Follow the aircraft as they descend and converge over the same point to demonstrate an air-to-air intercept to engagement. Will now return to give you an example of one type of air-to-air maneuver called a two-circle. The opposing aircraft will pass as close as possible and then turn into each other to create 2 circles and attempt to get behind the other and gain an encounters may be handled differently depending on the situation. The opponent can be as close as possible to avoid a turning advantage. So there may be an option to blow through in order to regain energy off of the change shape. Watch now as the 3-ship returns from the right to engage the 4-ship, entering from the left. With a closure rate of more than 320 miles an hour, the 2 ships must weigh the odds of turning to fight or choose to bug out. Ship formation turns away. Watch from the left as the solos quickly change their minds and decide to pitch back into the fight. Follow the solos as they enter a combat air patrol, or CAP, and perform a search for the formation. This type of CAP can be employed with onboard radar, with assistance from an airborne command and control platform, or performed visually if the threat is close in. As the solos get a tally or visual, they turn toward the four-ship formation. The solos have discovered more than expected. The Delta has switched to a line abreast, or as we call it, the wall of SNJs. This formation is the same flight position used when the team Skytypes messages. On command from the leader, the Skytypers will execute a 90-degree right turn and shift into a trail formation. Once in trail, they must regroup in order to continue their mission. These aircraft each weigh about 5,500 pounds and use a 600 horsepower supercharged 9-cylinder radial engine to Pratt & Whitney R1340, all overhauled by Tulsa Aircraft Engines.
I'm fine.
Look straight ahead as the solos approach in a common air-to-air training scenario. The two solos start by flying next to each other and then split apart at the same time. Fights on, it's called, and the solos respond by turning back toward each other. This tests the pilot's skill before any other advantage going into a head-on pass. Fighter pilots call this maneuver the merge. Into each other and turn in the same direction in a one-circle flight. The wing solo has more energy, causing the lead solo to turn away too soon. It appears an advantage is developing. As the wing solo maneuvers to take a shot, the lead solo is forced to fly in an unpredictable path in order to reverse, escape, or face the possibility of getting shot down. This is called a gun's jig. Watch the maneuvering that takes place. Keep out of the gun sight. Live to fight another day. This is the gun's jig. Forward air controller aircraft, also called FACs, have approached the area and confirmed there is enemy equipment on the ground. 4 aircraft are called in to strafe the targets. To see the flight of 4 aircraft approaching the enemy target in an echelon formation. This formation is often seen in wartime movies and documentaries. The aircraft rolling in from a high-angled strafe to fire on the targets below. Watch as each aircraft abruptly pulls up to evade enemy gunfire and the possibility of getting hit by airborne fragments from the exploding targets. Strafing for the GEICO Skytypers today. In the lead, Larry Arkin with Steve Kapoor. Number 2, Chris Thomas. Number 3, Andy Weiser. And number 4, Kevin Sinibaldi. As the solos approach from behind, they will demonstrate a radar intercept based on information received from radar on board their aircraft. Overhead, the solos have detected a group of threatening aircraft intending to attack the target area. The solos will maneuver to gain an advantage on the other aircraft by splitting up. The solo pilots today are lead solo Tom Daly and wing solo Dino Perot. Watch now as the Diamond approaches and strategically maneuvers to successfully avoid the intercept. Ladies and gentlemen, the Skytypers bomb burst. With the air-to-air threat neutralized, the bombers can now approach and destroy the remaining enemy assets on the ground. Look straight ahead as the Solos return to finish the job. Notice how the Solos continue to alter their position in order to remain unpredictable and fly under radar coverage. The Solos will once again pop up to surprise the enemy on the ground and deliver their ordnance. As the team prepares for its next coordinated maneuver, the GEICO Skytypers would like to invite you to learn a bit more about their sponsor. GEICO can assist you with all of your insurance needs. During its 78-year history, GEICO has received a long list of diverse honors, awards, and consumer testimonials for their impressive service to 12 million private passenger customers and 20 million vehicles. GEICO's focus and care for people can be seen in every aspect of its operations. The Skytypers partner with GEICO to promote and educate people about GEICO's insurance products and services through team appearances, Skytype messages, and Airshow performances. Let's watch straight ahead and see what the Solos and Diamond have in store for us. As the Solos fold to the sky, the Diamond will transition into a vertical diamond. Watch as the vertical diamond flies through the center of the heart drawn by the Solos. As the team regroups for a special pass, the GEICO Skytypers would like to recognize the men responsible for keeping these vintage aircraft in such fine shape. The aircraft technicians are Frank Etria, Mike Beecroft, Mac McMillan, and Greg Coons. We'd also like to recognize another key member of our team, Advanced Pilot and Ground Operations Officer Bob Johansson. These aircraft are operated most of the year in the New York metro area and are based at the Republic Airport in Farmingdale, Long Island. If you'd like to see photos, videos, or simply get more information on the team, please follow them on Facebook and Twitter under GEICO Skytypers, or visit the team's website, GEICOSkytypers.com. In addition, check out their YouTube channel for some great videos, including the Information Webisode series. These webisodes provide an insider's look at life as an airshow performer. You can also find links to our corporate sponsors: Aspen Avionics, Bendix King by Honeywell, CamGuard Aviation, Gulf Coast Avionics, Tulsa Aircraft Engines, Plane Logic, and Whalen Engineering.
There we go.
As the team rejoins into a single delta formation, the GEICO Skytypers would like to dedicate their next maneuver to the men and women in our armed forces and all those who support the United States military. Ladies and gentlemen, the GEICO Skytypers Fan Pass.
Airbus, you gonna cue me for taps? Yeah, you gotta cue me.
including the military performance jet teams, rejoin in a single formation. The Skytypers will perform another 90-degree turn to set up for their rejoin to a delta formation. As the lead aircraft starts a turn and smokes for identification, the other aircraft add power to put their noses in front of the lead in order to fly a shorter distance. Each pilot must be aware of the position of all the aircraft so they can rejoin as quickly and safely as possible.
They're going to do the missing man. They'll go to switch and then I'll switch it back.
Nobody in particular.
Reposition out to the south and go south to north over top.
South to north. Okay, so
Not a good
they
idea.
roll out of this turn.
Okay, the delta formation having formed up once again. Follow the team as they turn toward the aircraft. You recall the missing man formation that we had earlier in the air show today. The GEICO Skytypers would like to perform another of the maneuvers for you in dedication to all of those whom we commemorated in Memorial Day just last week. Once again, I'll ask you to recognize the reverence of this missing man formation, dedicated to all those who have not returned and who have flown west. The GEICO Skytypers will be inbound in just a moment. If you are covered, please remove your cap. Stand reverently as a soldier at attention for the missing man formation. Pulling up sharply away from the formation, pulling up toward heaven, and turning left and rolling out, heading west. The GEICO Skytypers on the missing man formation.
And since I'm a volunteer, I can just leave.
As the pilots pitch up on the downwind, give a round of applause, please, to the team leader, Larry Arkin, with Steve Kapoor in number 1. Number 2 is Chris Thomas. Number 3, Ken Johansson. Number 4, number 5, Tom Taylor. And number 6, Dino Perose. Give a round of applause, if you will, for the GEICO Skytypers.
I used to do about 10 or 15 a year. But with the airline flying and so forth, it's got to be a
Are you a pilot?
But
Do you still fly?
I still fly, but little airplanes. I used to fly a lot of things. C-130s, Connies, 707s, 747s, 727s.
Yeah.
Pitts Special.
Is your...
I sold my Pitts in 2014.
Okay. So just this show, huh? This is the only one you do now?
This is it. because in case I get a call from home, I can hand it to somebody else. I can hand it to Eddie and say, "You got it. I'm out of here. You go home.
How's your
Take care
wife
of business."
doing? How is she handling things?
It's from day to day. We've been married for 42 years, so kind of we're getting to know each other.
It's about time.
She said, "I don't want anybody else coming in here to mess me up." So
I don't blame her. Thank you.
GEICO Skytypers be touching down momentarily. Valerie Arkin and Steve Kapoor in the lead, and then Chris Thomas, then Ken Johansson, who happens to be the son of Bob Johansson, our advanced man and T6 pilot. About the touchdown is Kevin Sinibaldi, Tom Daly, and Dino Perot. Your 2017 GEICO Skytypers. GEICO and the GEICO Skytypers would like to thank you for supporting this air show and its great sponsors. Please stop by and talk with the folks at the GEICO tent today to get a team picture and some neat GEICO gifts. Remember, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more at geico.com.
I think the man said that's it.
This is the last Tuesday's clear. The tower's got the airport covered.
Look,
2 minutes late.
it's a wrap.
Good.
That ain't bad, considering what you went through in the beginning.
Oh my God, I can't deal with that tomorrow. I gotta talk to some people.
Yeah.
I won't do that tomorrow. I'll walk out.
Fire it up and go.
I will file a form of protest and strike. I am Patco.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the GEICO Skytypers. Taxi back to their parking area. Ready to have the maintenance team make the airplanes available for flight tomorrow. We invite you to come on back tomorrow because that's it for the air show portion of the World War II weekend for this afternoon.